Hello, I'm Paul Peterson for Aging in LA. Aging is an asset and experience a benefit. Those are just two of the reasons that older workers are staying on the job longer than earlier generations did. Another reason, of course, is economic. Some workers just cannot afford to retire. The question is, are jobs available for seniors beyond the normal retirement age? And can they qualify for them? That's the subject of our program today, Redefining Retirement. Stay tuned for Aging in LA. It's a fact that most older workers are qualified, talented, and experienced. They are committed to their employers and understand the importance of customer service. Seniors are innovative, exhibit good judgment, and are less likely to be involved in work-related accidents. They also respond positively to new technology. But what kind of training is available to those who choose to stay in the workforce, but must also learn a new profession or trade, because for one reason or another, they cannot continue in the career that they had before turning 50 or 60. Well, let's welcome our guests in the first part of today's program, titled Redefining Retirement. First, Charles Babby of the Los Angeles Department of Aging, who is the Director of Senior Community Service Employment Training Program, aka Title V. And Sue Quigley is from the Community Development Department and is representing the Workforce Investment Board. In the second part of the program, we'll talk to a senior who has redefined her retirement. Well, I'll say, welcome, Charles and Sue. Thank you so much for coming, Sue and Charles.
Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to talking about this because retirement has changed entirely. Sue, do you find that seniors are starting to ask those difficult questions, like, what am I going to do after I retire?
Oh, definitely so. In the year 2012, we're looking at 162 million people in the workforce.
Wow, those are big numbers.
Yes, and 77% of those are going to be in the age between 48 and 62, which is a large percentage of the workforce.
Yes, it is.
And it becomes really paramount to employers to train and to keep workers because they're invaluable experience and knowledge and commitment to work. And we're talking about the baby boomers.
Well, they show up on time. You know, one thing, at least if you've been in the workforce for a while, you've learned. That's important. And also delivering on your promises, doing what you say you're going to do. Now, Charles, to specifically address this through Title V, can you explain that to me a little bit, why that's so important for people to know about?
Well, first of all, Title V is a job training program for those seniors 55 and older who, for whatever reason, find themselves unemployed. It is a low-income program and want to re-enter the marketplace, job marketplace, and they've got a variety of backgrounds and skills, and they either need or want to continue working, and we provide the opportunity for training to re-enter the workforce.
One of the things I found with seniors is they undervalue their experience itself, that the wonderful things they have learned over time. Are you able to provide like an assessment program to help people understand where they might fit?
Yes, we sure do. As part of the intake process, we assess their not only their goals in their new career or the continuation of their old career, but their past history, their work history, their education, their strengths, their weaknesses, and we work with them to enhance their marketability and provide what we call an individual employment plan that provides a roadmap for them to succeed in the marketplace. And it's proven very successful.
Well, I'm one of those people who went back to college at 30 because I realized that I needed to get some serious training. What role can education play, even for someone 55, 60, 65 years old?
Oh gosh, I think education keeps the mind active and involved. And we all need to upgrade our skills. We see what the how the marketplace or the labor market is changing. I think back to when I started work. We had typewriters, and it was not the computer age. And as time progressed, I was constantly put into an evolving labor requirements as I was going progressing in my employment, and I had to learn all these new things.
But
and
there's a special joy in that learning as well.
Of course there is. Of course
After
there
the
is.
tears, of course. I'm thinking of that first computer
The
dropped on my desk.
frustration.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, exactly.
But it is older workers. Well, first of all, let's figure out what is that exactly? Is there an age threshold here that we're talking about?
Well, I think was mentioned 55 for
55,
the Title V, and for the Workforce Investment Act, and I'm representing the Workforce Investment Board today, which provides free employment services to citizens of the city of Los Angeles. We're looking at anywhere from 18 for the adult system, up to whoever comes through the door. It could be 70-year-olds if they were interested. And we have multiple levels of programming. It kind of is based upon your eligibility, but we have resource rooms that are available in the one-stops where individuals can come in and do job search on their own, self-directed.
Well, that's good. And I remember the first time, I think Michael Burnick was the head of EDD here in the state of California, and he said there are something like 1 million jobs posted on the EDD website. And he said, "You're joking." He said, "Paul, people have not yet figured out how to search for jobs. There are opportunities available and certainly a lot of needs." Well, what about the things we hear of where people have taken their job skills, Charles, and moved to become educators, to assist in the classroom?
That's absolutely correct. We not only see that with our participants, some of who actually help other participants in that kind of role, but we also have others that actually go to LAUSD, continue their classroom training for a variety of reasons, sometimes to be teachers, maybe for preschools or maybe for adult daycare centers. But for a variety of roles, they will continue their training, such things as classroom training. And we stress a lot that they should not give in to the preconceptions and misconceptions they faced when they try to re-enter the job marketplace. Things like they're too old to get a job, that the employers don't want them. And we work really hard with them to get over that, because my feedback I get from the employers that do call me is they love the seniors. And it's been a real joy to see them getting placed and such happy employers with their work.
Well, one of the traditional ways to uncover, let's say, a new opportunity, if you will, is the chance to volunteer in a new environment. Are you able to encourage that, Sue, and find a way for people to sort of, why don't you see how you like this?
I think there's different approaches in regards to that. I think the Title V program does a lot around volunteerism. The one-stop's more around competitive employment or re-employment.
Right.
Many of our one-stops, and there's actually 18 of them located throughout the city of Los Angeles, actually have workshops that are available for clients to come in and upgrade their skills, whether it be clerical on the computers. They also have available training dollars that can also be leveraged with Title V in order to upgrade your skills.
Well, let's give an example of that. Recently, we talked to a Title V worker who is employed at one of the LADOA's senior centers.
My name is Jesus Valenzuela. I'm a Title V worker. I work at the International Institute of LA. I'm retired. I used to be a security guard for 20 years.
What do you do for International Institute?
I'm on the switches. I cleaned up the pots and pans when they get through with the food, and I clean the kitchen up, the dining room, and a lot of other things. I like it here because it keeps me busy, and I meet a lot of nice people. everybody is real nice with me, and all my bosses are women.
Oh, my bosses are women. Great, Jesus, lucky guy. There are whole swaths of business that we know are going to need more workers. Hospitality. Working in a hotel is not picking up suitcases. It's meeting and greeting and making sure people are taken care of. Food service industry. Just to mention a few. And how about taking care of seniors? Another opportunity. These, what local services would be available, Sue, to a senior who is looking to switch that job horse?
Well, the one-stops, and I keep work source centers.
Okay, now one-stops.
Okay, I'm going to call them work source centers.
Okay.
That's the branded name of the city and county work source centers.
Okay.
Federal legislation calls them one-stops. There's actually 17 partners located. Our services are available through the work source centers, one of which is the Title V program, who can work with seniors on various different aspects. And then individuals can come in and they can get not only self-directed services, but they can also, as needed, go on to intensive services in terms of job search. So
it's so important. You know, I keep this refrain is in my mind. If you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. There are people who are trying to help, right, Charles? I mean, yes, there are barriers, of course. Sometimes there may be a pre-existing medical condition, maybe a mobility issue, but that doesn't mean an opportunity can't be found.
That's right. And what you mentioned earlier about certain employers do seem to have an affinity for the older worker, that's absolutely right. The senior centers that we have in LA, the 16 multipurpose centers and their dining sites and associated senior service outlets are excellent places of employment for the seniors. The feedback I'm getting is that they work better with other seniors and young people. Not just seniors, but other young people.
I know that's true because I see those senior team leaders teaching these youngsters, frankly, how to work.
That's right. Mentoring, just the patience in dealing, customer service is another area that they're very, very well suited. Just their patience and their life's experience and their wisdom in handling various situations, it tends to be better than a younger worker. And once the employers realize that, they tend to seek out the older worker.
Well, and it makes good economic sense. They will have, as we mentioned earlier, a loyal employee who knows how to show up on time. Now, it's time for a short break. Thanks to our guests in the first half of our program, Charles Babby of the Los Angeles Department of Aging, Director of the Senior Community Service Employment Training Program, a.k.a. Title V, and Sue Quigley from the Community Development Department, who was representing the Workforce Investment Board. It's been a real pleasure to have both of you with us today, and when we return, we'll talk to a senior who has definitely redefined her retirement. We'll be right back.
You know, I am getting better. I can still take care of myself. You just don't know.
No. 3 times a day. These drops.
Now that Mom's moved in, life has become a bit more complicated for all of us. We knew there would be challenges, but overall, we're glad to be together.
I don't like to call him from the office when I have to go to the doctor's or if I want to go out.
We're so thankful for the help we received.
You voted for it, we built it. The Department of Public Works Bureau of Engineering promised to improve, renovate, expand, or construct 32 libraries. On time and under budget, we delivered 36.
Welcome back to Aging in LA. Our topic today is redefining retirement. Our guest in the second half of the program is a person who will give us a personal account of her own redefining of retirement and those of others. We welcome Kay Presto from Sensational Seniors, and she will tell you what Sensational Seniors is all about. Kay, thank you so much for coming in to share with us your story. And let's get right to it. What is a sensational senior, and how did you develop this idea?
Sensational seniors, Paul, are all around us. We have sensational seniors doing all kinds of wonderful things. And what prompted this was the fact that I kept seeing T-shirts that said negative things about seniors. I saw a gentleman, the first one I saw was a man that walked out by, and he had a T-shirt on that said, "I'm a cranky old grandpa." And I thought, did his family buy that for him? He certainly wouldn't have bought it for himself. And it puzzled me. And then I saw a T-shirt on a lady about a week later, and it showed an old woman like this in a rocking chair. And it said, "I'm an old grandma in a rocking chair." And it puzzled me. I thought, we're sending out a terribly negative attitude toward our seniors. And the seniors are the ones who have made this country what it is today. They've gone and fought in wars. The women worked in the plants. They've sacrificed. They've saved. They bought things with money, not with credit cards. And they have created what we have today, and now we're starting to treat them, I think, badly. In fact, seniors are ashamed of saying that they're seniors. I have friends who won't admit they're a senior.
Well, we do see that that is a sad reality. But it's a long way from seeing something that puzzles you to doing something about it. So tell me how you came up with this really great, this sensational idea.
Thank you. And everybody has a sensational day. Yeah. No, what I did, I went to a T-shirt show down in Long Beach. It was a national T-shirt show. Somebody said there's a T-shirt show down there. And just out of curiosity, I had no intention of doing anything with T-shirts, but I just went down and looked. And everything I saw there was negative. Negative, negative, negative. And I thought, is there anybody doing anything positive? And on the way home, my mind kept turning. And I thought, this is really bad. So I walked in the house and I said to my husband, "You're going to think I'm crazy. I'm going to start a T-shirt business, and we're going to do it."
Now, what did he say? Seriously.
He knows that I'll do what I say.
Oh,
so
there you go. Well, like husbands everywhere. I get
shortly,
it.
we were in T-shirt business, but it was easy because my son, who has a termite business, had just screened all the T-shirt businesses, screen printing businesses, and said, "Don't go to all of them, get prices, go here. It's already done, Mom. We've had our work done there. They're great." And so that's where I went. It's 10 minutes from my office. And so I began learning. First of all, they helped me out because they did the ordering. And they did the screen printing, and they showed me what to order. And then other people in the T-shirt business started advising me on how to get my product a little cheaper so I could give a better price. And things like that. They still do my screen printing. They're my loyal screen printing company. And they do a great job. But I'm learning the business, and then I had to file for a state license, and I had to learn how to collect the sales tax and send the check in.
Yeah, they put us through the hoops, don't they?
Oh, yeah. It's a real learning experience, but it started out well, and I had, on the way home from this show, I called my artist when I got home, and I said, "Marilyn, you've done artwork for me before. This is what I have in mind. I want something positive for seniors. I wanted to say I'm a sensational senior. I want it colorful, and I want it energetic." And so she got to work, and she brought me 3. And the third one was exactly what I was looking for.
All right, well, let's not tease people any longer. Can you show us, please, what these products consist
Great.
of? Thanks,
I'll be
Kay.
happy to. First, we started out with T-shirts. This is our T-shirt. And this is the beautiful design that my artist Marilyn came up with.
Okay, see, I'm a sensational senior.
And it's energetic and it's colorful, and that's what I had asked her for. And then it got interesting because people said, "Well, do you have V-necks?" So we decided to add V-necks. We have the wonderful V-necks for men and women. They don't like to get their hair mussed. And again, it says beautifully, "I'm a sensational senior." They're all the same, but the products are a little different. And then people started asking for polo shirts.
Well,
so
you're going to have a polo shirt to go play golf. Absolutely.
And these are great men's polo shirts, so we had the design made smaller and put over here on the left corner. And people also wanted sweatshirts. So we have sweatshirts, and they're nice. They have a nice long sleeve, so if it's cold weather, you put them down. If it's warmer weather, you push them up. And the seniors love them. They have a wonderful fleece lining. So that's our line. Then we've also added mugs. That say I'm a sensational senior on the mugs. Now we want to go into other sayings, and so if your viewers have any idea that are seniors that want to send sayings to me, they are happy. I'd be happy to receive them because we're going to consider other sayings about seniors and also about boomers because boomers are asking.
And you know, I get this. It's amazing how when something angers you, or going, wait, that's not positive, it takes a kind of unique person to say, I'm going to do something about that. So what prepared you in life? What kind of life led up to this moment when you said, I'm going to go into the T-shirt business?
I've always done that.
Really?
I've done that all my life.
So have you opened other businesses?
Yes, and I've done PR, and I've professionally speaking, and my mother was a go-getter, and so my kids always say, you're just like your mom. You go right out there and you do it.
Right.
So I credit her for that, because when I get an idea and it's working, everybody loves it. In fact, I got a call from a woman said, I'd like you to send my sister a sweatshirt. I'll send you the check, how much, and it's a birthday gift, so would you please put the birthday card in that I send? So I wrapped it in birthday paper and put nice stickers on, put the card in, shipped it off to her sister in, I believe it was Kansas City, and I called her. I said, it's gone out, it'll be in time for her birthday. She said, wonderful, my sister is an 83-year-old nun.
Oh my
So we have an
goodness.
83-year-old nun wearing the sweatshirts.
Isn't that fun? And of course, you had the common sense, the good sense, to do the follow-up and to do it yourself, make sure it's done right. Because, especially in business, that beginning is very important. It's important that you set the standard and get it right.
Well, I had a lot of help. Because, like I said, I was a novice going into that business, and people were very generous with their advice. People, if you ask, will help you. So people shouldn't hesitate to ask. If they have an idea, they should go forward with it. And sure, it's not going to go perfectly smooth every time. I had times where I had to really learn things, and there were times when I thought, oh, this isn't working the way I wanted, like if we went to sell at a place and we didn't sell the way we expected. But I find that the women's business expos will snap these shirts up, and then I found out in selling at one of the expos that a young teenager came by. And she said, oh, I love it, I'll go get my mother. I said, what size do you wear? And she said, no, 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 it's for me, I'm a senior.
Oh, a senior
Two other
in high
markets.
school. Who would it?
High school and college.
Fantastic. Now, we got to do the website, okay? Because that's an important marketing tool these days, and I like your website, www.shirtsforseniors.com. Did I get that right?
That's correct. Shirts for, and the 4 is number 4.
Okay, the number 4. Shirts for Seniors.
Seniors.com.
Was that your first website that you'd ever acquired?
I had another website, but it was just an information website. It wasn't
I
a
see.
sell. This is the first selling website, and I had a webmaster do it because I understand websites. I'm not quick in doing them, so I have a wonderful webmaster.
Yeah, what's this HTML stuff? You know?
Yes.
But isn't it remarkable when it comes up the first time and you go, wait a minute, that's for me. This is my tool.
Yes.
And did you have to learn all of the usual stuff like PayPal and how do people pay for this?
It's on PayPal, and we had to learn how to set up the PayPal account, which took a little time.
Wow.
It's always a great learning experience. You learn something new with everything you do in life.
Yes.
And I really think that we should respect our seniors more. Also, I wanted to mention, too, that I had the opportunity to put the story. I call this a God-given thing. I didn't just come up one day and say, I'm going to do a T-shirt business. God gave me the idea, and he said, you run with it. And I followed it. And so I had the opportunity to be published in a book. It's called Giving Gratitude. Wake up, live your life with gratitude, giving gratitude. And there are 60 stories of gratitude in this book. And my story in there is about how God gave me this idea to help create respect for seniors, because it wasn't my idea, it was his. And I credit him for that. And I want to give you this book.
Oh,
this is your autographed copy to keep
Kate,
and
thank
enjoy.
you so much.
I think you will really enjoy the stories, and they're marvelous stories of gratitude from various people in life.
Well, I love those stories. You know, as anyone who has had to get sober, you find out pretty quickly that a higher power is a real important issue in your life.
Yes, it is.
And it's good to stop and remember it's not just me. It's the reason I'm me. And none of us have ever created existence. And to do something powerful and positive is a gift. It truly is.
Yeah.
So now, are you traveling? Are you going to trade shows and showing up?
Absolutely. I'm going to be at the AARP trade show in Anaheim next month.
Yes.
And so come and see me at the booth down there, folks, because we'll be selling. And there'll be lots of seniors. I guess 10,000 seniors will be attending.
I gotcha.
And
well, I love this. High school seniors or college seniors, they can do it too.
We've sold bulk orders to high school classes, the senior classes.
That's
and I'm meeting with a college to put it in their gift shop but the main thrust is still back to the seniors over 50.
Right.
because I want to see what I call a sensational senior society. I want people to be happy that they're seniors and proud that they're seniors and give themselves a pat on the back or a pat on the chest for the fact that they've made this country so wonderful. And they've worked hard to do it and they've sacrificed so hard. Because a lot of people still, the word senior sometimes has the wrong connotation for them. And I want them to be proud that they're a senior and proud that they've lived to be that long and create a sensational senior society where we have clubs wearing these shirts and just going out and having fun and saying, hey, I am a sensational senior and I'm proud of it.
Well, good for you. We have to redefine not only our retirements, but the whole notion of being a senior. I can remember when I was a boy, you know, 70 was about what you could count on.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of 90-year-olds. We have centenarians, for goodness sake, 100-year-old people.
Well, I went to work on a Habitat for Humanity house.
You did?
And yes, I always wanted to, and I finally did.
Diva.
Yes, just for the one day I got to do it, and I want to go back and do some more. But it was a learning experience. I learned how to cut and measure siding and put it on and all of that.
Wow.
But there was a lady up on the roof who was the supervisor of the whole women's team, 74 years old.
And up on the roof.
Up on the roof in 104-degree heat.
You are an inspiration, Kay, and thank you so much. And thank you for my book and the inspirational stories and for sharing your story of a redefined retirement. But that's all the time we have for today's edition of Aging in L.A. Thanks so much to our guests today. In this part of the program, Kay Presto from Sensational Seniors, and to our earlier guests, Charles Babby from the Los Angeles Department of Aging and Sue Quigley from the Community Development Department. The Los Angeles Department of Aging produces this program with CityView, Channel 35, so that seniors living in Los Angeles and surrounding communities are well informed on the many issues that face them in everyday life, and also to let you know of the many services that the Department of Aging offers our senior citizens. Now, we'd like to hear from you with comments on the program, what you like, what you think can be improved, and ideas for future programs. So please give us a call. The number's right there on your screen, 213-252-4088. That's 213-252-4088. Call us with your comments and ideas. We look forward to hearing from you. I'm Paul Peterson for the Los Angeles Department of Aging, the people here at CityView Channel 35, and all of our guests on Aging in L.A. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Kate, thank you so much.